Hi guys, this is Anooj from Prepped and Polished, and today I'll be showing you 5 ways to get an A in school. Number 1, homework. Always do your homework, which includes the reading and the assigned problems, every single night without exception. This will make sure that you're always staying on top of your class content and that you'll do well on the exams. Now, when you do these homework problems and the reading, always try to figure out what you're not getting. Write down any questions that you may have or things that you're struggling on so that when you go back into class, you can ask your teacher the next day. So, questions. When you're in lecture or in your classroom and you're trying to understand the different topics your teacher is going over, try and raise your hand whenever you think there's something that you're not getting or something you need clarification on. Always be in the mindset of asking questions. This is going to train you to be more engaged, allow you to have more focus and less of a chance of losing attention during the class. So stay on top of your homework. Number 2, when to study. It's always best to start studying for an exam at least 1 to 2 weeks before the test day. And I know you guys have a lot of other tests and projects and essays due, and sometimes it's not possible to start 1 to 2 weeks ahead, but always do your best to do this. This is going to give you ample time and sort of a buffer to make sure that any immediate deadlines or things that pop up are able to be done while studying for your exam. Now, when you start studying 1 to 2 weeks before your exam, make sure you're thinking about times to set up with your teacher to ask about questions. Any type of homework problems that you haven't done or readings that you haven't done, try to catch up on these as fast as you can. This 1 to 2 weeks rule will put you in good shape to having enough time to study. Also, set up times every so often throughout your class to meet with your teacher. Now when I say this, I mean meet with your teacher, ask relevant questions, show that you're enthusiastic about the course and that you're interested in learning. This is going to go a long way throughout the class. It's going to show your teacher that you're very, very interested, and they're going to help you learn the best way that you need to. They'll give you tips on how to succeed in the course and overall help you get an A. Number 3, quiz and recall and notes. Now pay attention to this tip, guys, it's pretty important. The quiz and recall method was identified by Cal Newport, a professor at MIT and once a student at Dartmouth. He interviewed hundreds of Ivy League students to figure out what the best tip would be to other students to getting an A in a course. And he identified it as the quiz and recall method. And what this means is you quiz yourself on any topic, subject, or problem and try to recall the answer as best you can. So you've been doing this all along with flashcards, your teacher's asking you a question, and on practice tests. You're always reproducing answers by yourself. Now, the way to implement this is through your notes. So when you're in your class, always take notes and frame your notes in question and answer style. So if you're in a history course, ask, who is James Madison? What are the Federalist Papers? And, very concisely answer those questions. And when you go home, try to study them by covering up the answers and just reading the questions and producing the answers by yourself, by talking or writing it down, whatever helps you. And make sure that you're constantly refining your answers and you're able to reproduce the answers. This is a foolproof method of making sure that you know the content. Number 4, prioritize. In any type of class or course that you're taking, you're always going to be dealing with lots of different assignments. And what you want to do is always prioritize those assignments that count the most or are worth the most. This is going to give you the most bang for your buck. A lot of times students fall into the trap of working too hard and too long on assignments that don't count that much. For example, a student might spend maybe 10 to 12 hours on an essay that's only worth 2 to 3% of their grade, while they'll study for an exam for maybe 3 to 4 hours, and that might count for maybe 10 to 15% of their grade. So always prioritize the work that you do. Allot your time appropriately and effectively, and this will make sure that you're on track to getting an A. Number 5, balance. Live a balanced lifestyle. Eat healthy, sleep well, exercise, and do fun things. Getting an A in a course is not an easy task, and sometimes you're going to get down and it's going to be hard to overcome this. Living this balanced lifestyle will help you get through it. So there you guys have it, 5 ways of getting an A in school. Number 1, do your homework every day and stay on top of your class. 2, study at least 1 to 2 weeks before every exam. 3, quiz and recall. Use this as your bread and butter to learning. 4, prioritize your work. Do those things that matter the most. 5, live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. This is going to help you get an A. For more information on how to get an A in school and any type of help with tutoring, visit www.preptandpolished.com.